Two indie artists place the weight of their entire career on one song. Welcome to Song Stage. In the bracket this week, we're going to introduce you to Kevin Buckley and Paula. One of them will go on, one of them will not, and it all depends on how good their one original song is. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, here's a little on Kevin Buckley. Kevin Buckley writes heartfelt music that's also clever.
There's heart to everything that he does. There's also a little bit of sense of humor in everything that he does. Kevin's one of those friends that you always feel like you can count on, and it's always uplifting to hang out and talk with.
Kevin is currently a full-time musician, teaching classes on a variety of instruments and musical style.
He knows how to craft a song. He's a really good, technical musician. And when he plays, it doesn't come off as just, oh, I'm playing all, every scholarly note. There's a lot of emotion that comes through with it. But I think at heart, he is kind of humble and simple in that way.
Kevin Buckley, welcome to Song Stage.
Thanks for having me.
So you are like the consummate musician. You do music full time. You used to work in a record store. You teach multiple instruments.
Yeah, I do. It's what I do.
Dad raised you on folk music?
Yes.
Impact your sound?
Most of what I do is folk music, acoustic, folk music, Irish music, and American music, and stuff like that. But typically when I write stuff, it falls a little bit more into the kind of rock and roll world.
Out of all your songs, you've chosen to be judged on The Way to Be. Out of everything, you've picked that one. Why did you pick that one?
It's kind of an odd song, but it still kind of resonates with folks.
We're gonna head into the studio with you shortly. You're gonna hear from our Song Stage pros talking about your song.
I kind of work in a bubble, so I'm curious to see what that's like.
Great, we'll find out soon. First, we're gonna meet your competition, Paula. She's from a military family, and Paula herself is a U.S. Air Force veteran.
She served in the military and then has worked at the hospital here for a pretty long time.
But her outlet has been her music.
At church we played and she sang harmony, led music for the worship services.
Although she hasn't written anything or sung publicly in over a year because of tragedy.
It's been a year and a half ago now, I guess, that they found her husband. He had passed away at home, and young guy, so that really kind of rocked everybody's world. And just anything like that kind of really shapes and changes the trajectory of somebody's life.
I mean, the things that happened from the moment he passed away until, it's like, I can't even describe it. I really can't. I really, really can't.
Did you say that your husband actually bought you your first guitar?
He did. He was very, very supportive, and we met in the military, moved to California, and he got a job flying and was gone probably half of the year.
About a year ago, a little over a year ago. Do you want to describe what happened?
My husband passed away very suddenly.
Walk us through that day.
My son and I had driven to the house. My son had a band competition for middle school. So we were waiting at the front door. Joseph was knocking and ringing the doorbell, and time was going by, and we're kind of anxious because we don't want to be late. So I go around the back side of the house and I look into the screen door, and I see him laying on the floor. And the last thing you think about is that anything is wrong. You're thinking, surely he didn't sleep there. I mean, really. But you never think that this is gonna be a day that will impact you for the rest of your life. The whole world just kind of falls on you.
In a year and a half still, though, you haven't touched the guitar. You haven't written anything until now.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I've tried. I'll be honest with you, I've tried, but a lot of, I had slipped away from the Lord for a while because things were hard, and I felt hopeless for a while. And when you feel hopeless, you don't have anything to sing about. it's moving step by step, breath by breath, and piece by piece to be able to get to the point where I can, you know, sit down and write.
All right, soon you're gonna meet your competition,
Okay.
Kevin Buckley. But first, we're gonna take you into the studio so you can polish up Find Me with our Song Stage pros. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
So we're going to take a listen to The Way to Be.
Okay.
Find Me, that's your first song.
Okay.
What do you think about that tremolo thing you had going on?
Yeah.
Layering in just a little bit of pad or something in there just to differentiate that.
It's background stuff. I mean, we could try something like that out. The padding on the bridge, I think will work.
We kind of going a little jazzy with it.
I like the tempo, I like the groove of it. Open my eyes, be my guide, Spirit, I long to feel your rest. Having not done that in a while, it was a little hard to get back in it, but I think it'll be fine.
I think it's a cool track. Minimal is awesome. You're going to be very different than your competitor sound-wise.
As I crashed my car into the distance, I was firing on all pistons. I forgot the brakes at home. It's been so long since I've done the song, and the original one wasn't as bluesy.
All right, Kevin, thanks. It sounds good.
I'm digging everything so far. You know, it should be interesting.
Welcome to the competition portion of Song Stage, where the audience decides who wins. Your first artist, an independent indie folk songwriter performing his song, The Way to Be. Please welcome Kevin Buckley.
As I crashed my car into the distance, I was firing on all pistons. I forgot the brakes at home, so I kept on rolling till the hillside drained me and the car died. My mouth was dry and my belly ached. Rode beneath my tires, and that's the way to be. God's name and brush fires, and that's the way to be. When I call your name, who will answer? Rocket Man or Tiny Dancer? Let's celebrate not feeling so great, and let's spare the fish inside this barrel. Free the dogs, let them go feral. It's a wild life, take what you can get. We'll all return to the sea and break the waves eternally. You got your hands on my face. Now let's take off this brace for all the world to see, and that's the way to be.
Kevin Buckley. Going up against Kevin tonight, a Christian R&B singer performing her song Find Me. Please welcome Paula Polfleet. Paula Polfleet. All right, let's bring Kevin back out because this is the part where the audience decides who moves on. The audience text to vote starts right now. Kevin, final thoughts.
I'm very excited about everything.
Great. Paula.
Well, I hope you all really liked the music, the sound, so vote for me.
Thank you. The winner of this episode of Song Stage is Paula Polfleet. Paula, you know you're going to be in round 2. Thoughts on going forward?
Well, I hope the nerves settle down some, but thank you guys so much. It's been an awesome experience so far, so I'm looking forward to round 2.
Guys, thank you so much.
First I was kind of nervous, but as time went on, I think I was, more relaxed and felt I did a really good job.
I think the band sounded good. I'm excited to hear everybody else play.
This has been a culmination of all the things that I've worked for and worked toward, so to move forward would be just fantastic.